Coming up on this week's news, demand from hipsters is creating a super premium market for sockets and some eye-catching prices. A Middlesborough electrician is jailed over a solar installation scam, and, are you sitting down, Jeremy Clarkson? The electric tractor has arrived, and it's creating a mini-boom for rural contractors. Welcome to Electrical News Weekly, whether you're listening in the van, on-site or down at the wholesale counter. I'm Joe Robinson, and I've been through the best of the electrical industry news to save you the trouble. And this week's challenge word competition is supported by our friends over at Brady Printers. They're exhibiting at the Elect Show at Ali Pali in London on the 27th and 28th of March, so book your tickets to see the great kit they've got on offer. And if you think you've spotted the two words that I've been challenged to slip into this week's show, comment with them below for the chance to win a prize. An electrician from Middlesbrough has been jailed after pocketing almost £25,000 from homeowners in a solar scam. Sean Berry, sole director of SB Electrical Security and Solutions Limited, asked customers for 50% up front for their photovoltaic panel installations. Berry said the money was to cover the cost of the kit, but after stumping up the cash, no work was ever carried out, no materials were received and no refunds were provided. North Yorkshire Council Trading Standards received 6 complaints from disgruntled clients across the northeast of England. One said that Berry took away her faith in tradesmen. She said he manipulated, lied and had every intention of taking advantage. At York Crown Court, Berry was sentenced to 2 years and 8 months in prison for each fraud, with the sentences running concurrently. He also received 8 months in prison, again to run concurrently, for each unfair trading offence. Finally, he was also disqualified from acting as a company director for 10 years. In other news, don't tell Jeremy Clarkson, but the electric tractor has arrived. John Deere unveiled its e-Power model this week to critical acclaim from agricultural media, and Massey Ferguson is promising that a version of its 5S model is on the way. The mainstream brands add to the fleet of EVs which are already starting to pop up on the nation's fields, all of which require charging infrastructure. And it's not just electric vehicles. UK farms are at the cutting edge of the solar panel rollout, with many leasing their land for big PV installs. The trend got a boost this week from scientists at the University of Sheffield who say that we don't have to choose between quality agricultural land and renewable energy. If farmers use so-called agrivoltaic practices, which allows for farming between and underneath panels, then there need be no loss of output. Farmers are also adopting solar enthusiastically to power their own operations. Already, almost a third of dairy sheds now boast panels. It all represents a big opportunity for electrical contractors working in rural areas. To see what all the fuss was about, Gordon donned wellies this week and headed down the farm. As well as encountering some very agricultural electrical practices, he saw at first hand how wireless sensors are allowing farmers to take the monitoring of their operations to the next level. I'll pop the link to the video in the show notes. Now, welcome to our Electrical News Weekly feature where we focus on a specific product area. This week we've gone weak for wiring accessories, and the big news in this product market, say analysts, is the rapid growth of a super premium segment. And money, it seems, is no object. For instance, Canadian firm 22 System has developed a range for the UK trade whose double socket for concrete walls retails at a stonking £273. Even its basic double sockets for plasterboard walls start at £100. If you choose twin USB outlets, it'll set you back £188. Yet the company reports buoyant sales thanks to the individual circular outlets and its flush fit with the wall. Meanwhile, the biggest current trend with hipsters is sockets that are pre-rusted. Snazzy. The best-selling unit costs £25 and is made by a West Midlands brand called The Workshop Below. The plates are treated in the company's workshop in Birmingham and assembled using Crabtree inserts. They're compatible with existing flush-mounted backboxes, or you can surface mount them using a specially rusted double backbox, a snip, at £21. A unit with USB will set you back £40. They're complemented by rusty conduit at £22 a metre. They're flying off the shelves, apparently. Meanwhile, back here in the real world, Selectric has unveiled a range of wireless switches which operate without batteries. The Grid 360 Kinetic range is powered by the action of pressing the switch. You simply pair them with the firm's wireless receiver to operate lights without hard wiring. Skolmore is targeting its Part M range of wiring accessories at applications in hospitals and healthcare buildings. The range is antiviral and antibacterial certified, so it's suitable for use in clinical facilities. They've been independently tested and shown to kill off 99.99% of the big 4 viruses: MRSA, E. coli, Salmonella and bacterial pneumonia. Also available in the range are units with high contrast for visually impaired people. Designer wiring accessory firm Trendy Switch is now shipping its double socket, which features distinctive long rocker switches in chrome. The ice white 13-amp outlet also has a clip-on screwless plate and a back frame, which houses the screw holes and electrical connection module. It'll fit into a standard UK back box. And if you don't want white, the firm boasts ridiculously extensive colour options. I really like those, actually. There's always something a little bit different in wiring accessories. Good stuff. Electrical device maker Theban has developed a lighting dimmer which you can insert into a back box behind a wiring accessory. That's because it happens to be the world's smallest dimmer. The Dymax 540 has been designed for electricians working in ultra-tight spaces. It's the size of a £2 piece, but it has the power of a full-size dimmer. It can provide flicker-free dimming for up to 150 watts of LED power. And even better, no neutral wire is required. You can also control the lighting from multiple locations using just one Dymax module combined with push-to-make switches. And according to a doodle sent to us by Theban's country manager Simon Johnson, you can even use it on intermediate switches if you wire it in a particular way. Surely something as radical as this deserves a dedicated video, I hear you ask. And it totally does. So we did one. Well, Gary did. I'll put the link in the show notes to that. Now, have you noticed recently that you've been struggling to get dimmers into back boxes where they used to fit perfectly before? Well, struggle no more with the PDM 250 Intelligent 250 watt multi-way dimmer from Enkin, founded by electrician Joshua Hammerton. It's had a clever redesign to feature cutouts that sit well away from the lugs on both metal and dry lining back boxes, so they'll always fit, even if back box makers have a sneaky retool. It's not just the body that's clever, the brain of the dimmer is too. Instead of relying on a master-slave setup, this clever unit lets you dim your light seamlessly from several points in a room when using multiple PDM 250 units. In fact, you can have up to 20 dimmers working together, and it's as simple as connecting them all together in parallel. Using the green push button on the back, you can quickly and easily set the minimum and maximum light output levels, as well as perform a factory reset. Carrying any of these out on just one of the dimmers in a set will automatically adjust them all to the same levels. That's not just clever, that's genius. And have you seen the award-winning range from Eurolight? Their enhanced range features sleek modern designs, while the concealed range provides a minimalist look with hidden screw fixings. The stainless steel accessories offer a durable, professional finish suited for high-end applications. And lastly, the utility range delivers cost-effective, practical solutions for everyday electrical installations. Each product line is designed to combine aesthetics with functionality, ensuring reliability and style in various environments. You can check out some of these cool wiring accessories in real life at some upcoming shows. You can see Trendy Switch's socket range at the Home Building and Renovating Show from Thursday the 20th of March to Sunday the 23rd of March at NEC, and you can get up close and personal with the new launches from Theban and Enkin at the Alexa exhibition at Alexandra Palace in North London. It takes place on Thursday the 27th of March and Friday the 28th of March. While you're there, pop along to visit show sponsors Brady Printers as well. Also coming up next month is the Machine Building North event in Manchester, which takes place on Thursday the 10th of April. There you'll be able to see friends of the show Crompton Controls, Vargo and Wieland, among many other big electrical brands. That's our Electrical News Weekly roundup of products we think deserve some attention. Next week we're covering the great innovations to be found in the electrical industry. And off the back of our product focus feature, our question of the week was taken from our free training package on wiring accessories made in association with BG, and asked which of the following is a recommendation by the NHBC for sockets in the wall of a fire compartment. The correct answer is that back-to-back sockets should be avoided, and 43% of people got that right on YouTube. Meanwhile, over on LinkedIn, a more impressive 60% of people were correct. Of course, it's worth noting and always pleasing when you all err on the side of caution, as many also voted for never putting sockets back-to-back at all, which of course is even safer. So actually good work in the end. To check out when it might be okay to install back-to-back sockets in a firewall, check out that free training package from BG on wiring accessories. You'll find the link to that in the show notes. Now, before we go, a shout out to contractor Gary Usher in Basingstoke, who's celebrating the 20th anniversary of his company. In 2 decades, Usher has expanded to a fleet of 6 vans and 11 employees. The team celebrated with an incredible anniversary cake made in the shape of a cable drum. Congratulations, Gary, and remember to send us a slice. Now, our usual reminder that we're in the market for your stories, your projects, and your recommendations, as we'd like to share them with the wider eFix community. Over the next few weeks, we'll be featuring electrical innovations, renewables, and fire safety and security. So send us pictures of your installs, or let us know if you've come across any new kit that's making your job easier, or any products that you think deserve a shout out. And just before we get to your favourite bit of the show, where I reveal last week's challenge words and winners, we want to thank our premium partners. We couldn't make the news without you. First up, they're the people who created the Swiss Army knife of solar inverters, along with all-weather batteries, very much the Boy Scouts of the solar industry. It's SunSync. And speaking of solar, with manufacturing powered by a massive 250 megawatt solar PV array, they're literally the greenest test instrument maker in Europe, both physically and ethically. It's KPS. Now, are you a bit of a control freak? Motor control, that is. If so, with huge stocks and excellent service, check out Crompton Controls. As they said to me in a recent conversation, if we don't have it, then we can build it. With their new award-winning Lumo consumer units and offering complete product support from their highly trained team, it's CPN QDIS. Don't forget to use the code EFIX30 to claim your 30% discount on top quality light fittings from Philips and Ecolink. Download the Lum Expert app today and make your life easier and less expensive. It's the light of our lives, Signify. And the best thing to come out of Yorkshire since stainless steel, the home of EV Ultra and other groundbreaking and quality products, is Doncaster Cables. Click the links in the show notes to find out more about these great brands. If you think you know the words that I've smuggled into this week's show, pop your guess into the comments. We'll take all the correct guesses and select one at random to be the winner of an eFix goodie bag prize. Answers submitted after about lunchtime on the Thursday after release will not be entered into the draw. Now let's reveal the winners of last week's challenge word competition, supported by our good friends at Brady Printers. Don't forget to book your tickets to join them at the Elect Show at Alexandra Palace on the 27th and 28th of March. Last week's words were cactus and roadrunner, and we actually had a correct guess on Facebook for once. So keep those coming, folks. They all go into the draw. So we put all of your names into an electronic hat, and the first one to be plucked out as a winner was Shana Jackson 5044. So well done to you. Make sure you click the Get Involved link in the show notes to claim your prize. Thanks for listening to this episode of Electrical News Weekly. Make sure you subscribe to receive the next update. Thanks for listening, and until next time, have a great week. Stay safe out there, and remember, there's no such thing as a torque calibrated arm.